You won't believe what the Kansas City Chiefs are dealing with at training camp. We're diving into some crucial updates. We've got 3 other hot stories to cover, so be sure to like this video and hit that red subscribe button for more Chiefs content. All right, let's get started with our first story. Xavier Worthy absent for 3rd consecutive camp practice for the 3rd consecutive day in St. Joseph, Missouri. Kansas City Chiefs rookie wide receiver Xavier Worthy is absent from practice. The team publicly said Worthy is out with an illness, with later reports indicating Worthy was sidelined due to strep throat, leading the team to keep Worthy isolated while he recovers in St. Joe. Worthy's start in what appears to be the most viral moment of NFL training camp so far, when he caught a deep throw from an on-the-UN Patrick Mahomes, leading to an eruption from the crowd and several of his teammates. But without the rookie speedster on the field for the 3rd day in a row, how much should the Chiefs worry about Worthy? There's a lot of nuance needed in this part of the conversation, so I'll start with my takeaway for the sake of clarity. Worthy missing more practice time isn't a big deal at this point, but it is a deal missing. Non-padded practices due to an illness is significantly less worrying than missing additional time with a hamstring injury, which kept Worthy out for the majority of the Chiefs' earlier off-season activities. Even the spring hamstring issue wasn't a major concern from my perspective, but anytime a rookie pass catcher loses reps while acclimating to an Andy Reid offense, that has to matter some amount if you think Kadarius Toney's non-padded running back work matters. You have to believe that the lost reps will make Worthy's already steep climb to a heavy workload at least a little bit steeper. Regarding Worthy's return, it's not surprising that he would miss his 3rd day with strep throat, especially considering the Chiefs' schedule. The team is off on Thursday before putting the pads on for Friday's practice. By keeping Worthy sidelined on Wednesday, he effectively gets 2 more days of rest before Worthy and the Chiefs' training staff tests his chances to return for the first day of padded practice. Ultimately, a few days of non-padded practice reps won't keep Worthy from contributing in 20,000 TR24. However, it does make his health even more important for the rest of camp, and he'll have to continue progressing quickly to take on a major workload early in the season. The Chiefs' other recent absence, former Dallas Cowboys 2021 second-round pick quarterback Kelvin Joseph, returned to practice on Wednesday after missing time due to a personal reason. The Kansas City Chiefs have some of the best players in the entire NFL, but they have them on very reasonable deals. In a recent article by Pro Football Network's Dallas Robinson, he lists who he thinks is every NFL team's biggest contract barging for the reigning Super Bowl champions. He believes that player is none other than their star quarterback Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes is one of the greatest players in the history of the sport, but ranks 10th among quarterbacks with a $45 million AV case closed. Robinson writes, despite the fact that Mahomes is one of, if not the most skilled quarterback in the history of the sport, he barely makes the top 10 list of highest-paid field generals. He has led the team to 3 Super Bowl wins in the last 5 seasons, and it has caused him to be seen as the best player in the NFL. Best. Most everyone you ask with that title, you would expect him to the highest-paid player in the league. But instead, he is on a fairly team-friendly deal of 10 years and $450 million. Mahomes is looking to lead the Chiefs to their 3rd Super Bowl win in a row, something no team has done before. If he is able to do that, his contract will look even better than it already does. The second story is Xavier Worthy and how he's adding some serious speed to the Chiefs' offense. This offseason, the Chiefs have been busy stacking their roster to give Patrick Mahomes every tool he needs. With Travis Kelce and Rashee Rice being key players last season, the team has added Marquise Brown through free agency and drafted the lightning-fast Xavier Worthy from Texas. What's super exciting about Worthy is his blazing speed, which is something the Chiefs haven't had since Tyreek Hill left. According to NFL.com's Adam Rank, Worthy has the potential to make a huge impact in his rookie year. With the addition of Hollywood Brown, Mahomes will need to hit the ground running, and that means Worthy's got to be on top of his game right from the start. However, Worthy needs to stay healthy. He missed some time this spring due to a hamstring injury, and with Rashee Rice's off-field issues still unresolved, there's some uncertainty about his availability for the 2024 season. So it's crucial for Worthy to make the most of his time at training camp. Any more setbacks could seriously hinder his progress. The Chiefs are gunning for a historic three-peat in 2024, and they've upgraded Mahomes' arsenal with these two speedy additions. Marquise Brown, entering his sixth NFL season, has shown he can be a game-changer when healthy. But here's the catch. Brown isn't quite the same as Tyreek Hill, so while he brings speed and deep threat potential, he's got big shoes to fill. NFL.com notes that while Brown has the potential to be a serious weapon, his health is a major factor. He hasn't played a full season since 2020, so that's something to watch. With the possibility of Rashee Rice facing a suspension under the NFL's personal conduct policy, the spotlight is on the Chiefs' receiving corps. Our third story focuses on the Kansas City Chiefs offense and their determination to return to being one of the NFL's most explosive units in the 2024 season. Even though the Chiefs won the Super Bowl last year, their offense didn't quite hit the high notes we've come to expect, finishing 15th in points scored, the lowest of the Patrick Mahomes era. Mahomes himself admitted the team had offensive struggles, saying that despite the Super Bowl win, they didn't play their best all season. The Chiefs relied heavily on short and intermediate throws, which limited their ability to make big plays downfield. Only 13% of Mahomes' passes traveled over 20 yards, marking the lowest percentage of his career. To fix this, the Chiefs made some key moves in the offseason to add more speed and explosiveness to their receiving corps. They signed Marquise Hollywood Brown and drafted rookie Xavier Worthy, along with the return of a healthy Rashee Rice, who is awaiting the resolution of a possible suspension. These additions give Mahomes new hope for a more dynamic offense. Rashee Rice, drafted in 2023, has been a reliable target, but the Chiefs still missed the consistent downfield threat that Tyreek Hill provided. Mahomes recently spoke about the team's desire to regain their explosive potential, saying, "I think we've done a great job of mastering the intermediate and short stuff, but we want to get back to having that part of the offense as well. Coach Reid is really pushing us to push it down the field. It's hard to do against our defense, but we're trying to make it happen." Marquise Brown, despite his injury history, now has a chance to shine with one of the league's best quarterbacks. Xavier Worthy, a dynamic playmaker from Texas, set a new NFL Combine record with a 4.21 40-yard dash, adding a new level of speed to the Chiefs' offense. On another note, former Wales rugby star Louis Rees-Zammit is also making waves. After leaving rugby earlier this year, he's now with the Chiefs, having completed the NFL's International Player Pathway program. He's been training hard, hoping to make the Chiefs' 53-man roster. Rees-Zammit, mixing it up with stars like Mahomes and Kelsey, is putting in the extra work to learn the extensive playbook and adjust to the new sport. In a recent interview, Rees-Zammit shared that the biggest learning curve has been mastering all the plays, which is very different from rugby. He's focused on putting in the extra hours to ensure he's ready to contribute to the team.